All right, guys. Today we got to talk about our favorite Attorney General turned Washington State Governor, Bob Ferguson. Yes, I'm tired of talking about him just as much as you're tired of hearing about him. He's only been governor for about a week, and he's already off to a great start. He's already talking about how he's going to sue Donald Trump again, how he's going to protect illegals, and that's what this is about, him protecting illegals. Now, if you don't know, in Washington State, we don't just have sanctuary cities, all right? The entire state is a sanctuary state, which is insane. And that means that local law enforcement is not allowed to ask anybody their immigration status. They're not allowed to seek illegal immigrants. And especially, they are not allowed to help ICE when inevitably they do come. And they have. And they will keep coming.
I'm going to come.
So, Bob Ferguson, in all his grand wisdom, decides, hey, let's put together a rapid response team for this immigration crisis we got going on, people getting deported. And as far as I can tell, it's about aiding kids whose parents get deported, which, what does that even mean? I don't know. But I'm sure there's a lot more to it, so let's find out. Let's get into this.
Today, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson signed an executive order to create a rapid response team for immigration-related child separations. Thanks for joining us tonight here at 6. I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Mary Num. It's the latest response to the Trump administration's immigration-related enforcement across the country. KOMO senior reporter Chris Daniels was there for today's signing. And Chris, are enforcement actions happening here?
Well, the Sunnyside city manager near Yakima says there.
Chris looking drippy in his little scarf. I think that's a scarf.
There is an active ICE operation underway there as the governor of Washington State, Bob Ferguson, has created this rapid response team to deal with mass deportations.
I always working. I always pay my taxes. I always support my family in my town.
Virginia Flores says she immigrated from Mexico in the 1990s and currently works 6 days a week, but used.
So she's legal. That's what gets me about this is you go and look on TV. It's a bunch of legal immigrants who are whining and complaining about this situation. And that's because the left fearmongers and lies to these people, and they're like, Trump's gonna go get everybody, and they're gonna, racially discriminate or whatever. Like, if you look brown, they're just gonna sweep you up. And then you got little Virginia over here, who's been here since the 90s legally, being scared of nothing.
Her one day off to stand here, crowded behind Governor Bob Ferguson.
I'm scared about that because the kids they born here, they need to be here.
Look at this freaking nerd,
Ferguson's
man.
executive order is
God.
preemptive to direct the State Patrol, AG's office, and child welfare workers to help kids facing family separation.
I chose to marry a Mexican, he's from Sonora, Mexico, and unfortunately he's not documented.
Look at Dora the Explorer over here. All right, this is the best part of the whole article. She really just outed her husband as undocumented. Well, illegal, undocumented, whatever you want to call it. She just outed her husband on TV and has her whole name on TV. ICE, they're watching this, laughing, because Dora the Explorer over here, she about to go to Mexico with her man because she just put him on blast. If I was him, I would self-deport and divorce her for just that.
We've tried and tried.
Dora Pokey shares the fear.
Any other day now, it's been like, I wonder if he's going to get pulled over and I'll not get to see him no more.
But it is unclear exactly where immigration and customs enforcement agents may be carrying out efforts besides central Washington.
ICE agents are currently conducting operations in Sunnyside and the Lower Valley in our region.
Sunnyside city manager has confirmed arrests there. Are you aware of any ICE raids in Seattle right now?
Well, not as we speak, but working with the governor and the attorney general and One American, these organizations, we are on high alert.
Bruce Harrell is Seattle's mayor.
I think we're sort of modeling just good behavior here in terms of saying we lead with love, we lead with communities realize.
Listen, these politicians like to be all hippie and dippy and whippy and shippy. Talking about, oh, we're trying to be about love. This isn't love, my boy. And anytime you hear a politician talk about love, run as fast as you can, because these people only love money, greed, and the agenda. They don't love us. As a matter of fact, Washington politicians hate our guts because they're much more worried about taking care of criminals and illegals and victim blaming. It's amazing.
That the workers and the economic benefits of this city are enriched by the immigrant and refugee communities.
We're working really hard.
And now people like Virginia, who holds a green card, are left to wonder what will happen next.
Here to stay.
You ain't here to stay. Get the hell out of here. Okay, so Washington State is doomed, all right? We have the worst voter base in the country, at least top 3. You know, these people voted for a carbon tax. These people voted for a capital gains tax, all right? These people vote for insane gun laws. And speaking of that, a couple days ago, there were 60 cars broken into in Renton. 4 of them had guns. There's a news article talking about, well, I guess we're just going to have to up the penalty for people who don't lock up their guns when they get stolen.
Have guns out there now with these suspects. That's not a good scenario.
Shattered glass strewn across parking lots Saturday at Renton hotels and businesses.
They've had their personal belongings taken, and they truly feel victimized.
Police have pinned at least 8 different locations in crimes they believe are connected, many committed with cameras in sight.
Car prowls, unfortunately, are not a rare occurrence.
Stolen guns, that's a big problem. The weapons now untraceable unless fingerprints are detected.
You steal a gun and then it's not attached to you. If you purchase a gun legally, you are legally tied to that gun.
Renton police have had 51 guns stolen from vehicles since January 1st of last year.
Most of the shootings that we respond to are primarily stolen weapons.
Nationwide, the rate of guns stolen from cars has tripled in the last decade, according to gun safety group Everytown's analysis of FBI data.
Just like you, when you're at home, you need to secure your weapon, make sure it's safe, and out of harm's way.
Washington lawmakers are currently weighing a bill to strengthen penalties for gun owners whose guns get stolen when left unsecured. If it becomes law, in some cases, they could even face felonies.
So I'm talking about with the victim blaming. They're going to go after people because they got their guns stolen. How dare you get your gun stolen? How dare you keep it in your car, where honestly in Seattle has the highest amount of carjackings. So where are you going to keep your gun? In your damn car. It's mental the way our politicians here straight up ignore us and make it so much harder for the average taxpayer to do anything, to survive. Meanwhile, they're giving out free needles, free crack pipes, free meth pipes, free this, free that to homeless people, enabling their drug abuse. You want to talk about love? Loving these people is not enabling their drug abuse, not enabling their homelessness. People come here from all around the country because homelessness is the key here. We have so many bureaucracies and organizations that are all about helping the homeless, ending the homeless. No, they're just making money off of this problem by doing nothing. I don't know necessarily how that works, but we have all these organizations that put people in housing and that's about it. And these bureaucrats make all kinds of money. Now, you got Nerd Ferguson over here signing executive orders to protect illegal immigrants. It never ends with these people. They'll never do anything for us. And you know why? Because the voters here are mentally retarded. Not me, I voted the right way. I'm kind of retarded. Not mentally, but kind of retarded. Not retarded enough to vote wrong. Yeah, like, you want to talk about politicians thinking people are stupid? Washington State? Yeah, the politicians are pretty right for thinking people here are stupid, because they are. And unfortunately, Seattle, King County, the biggest cities in the state, they determine the entire state. So voting here for the right really doesn't matter. We haven't had a Republican in office, Republican governor, for like 40 years. So, I don't know. I hope local law enforcement does stay out of the way when ICE inevitably does show up, because Dora the Explorer, she put her husband on blast. Again, that's the best part of this article, all right? ICE, watch this. Do us a favor. Get her husband. Or, like I said, he might self-deport. Divorce, self-deport. Self-divorce, deport. It's the only way now. She done snitched on you in the grandest way. All right? Like, these people are so dumb. Literally just room temperature IQ. How she thought that was a good idea, beyond me, but it doesn't matter, right? It's Washington State. They'll probably find her husband now and hide him somewhere. I don't know. But, yeah. Washington State is doomed. Our politicians care way more about illegal immigrants, even on the most local levels.
Hi, I'm Kent Mayor Dana Ralph. I'm here today with our Chief of Police, Rafael Padilla. We are going to talk about federal immigration policy and the impacts or lack of impacts on our residents here in the city of Kent. I want to start with a very unequivocal statement. For decades, as a city, as a police department, we have served all of our residents without regard to immigration status. That is not something that here at the city of Kent we do. We believe in serving all of our residents.
So, yeah. Usually I try to have a solution. I don't have a solution today. I'm just trying to present to you what's going on in one of the worst states politically in the country. It's beautiful here, man. I love it here. We had the best climate. But, man, do we have the worst politicians? Anyway, I hope you have a good Tuesday, good rest of your week. I'm signing out. Sayonara.